operational way.
Meanwhile, chilling visuals have come in from Myanmar's second largest city of Mandalay. Hospitals in Mandalay remain overwhelmed. Hundreds of patients are being treated on the grounds of Mandalay General Hospital due to concerns that buildings are not safe. Remember, the 7.7 magnitude quake's epicenter was located a mere 17.2 kilometers away from the metropolis, which has a population of about 1.5 million people. Pia Man is joining us for more details on this story. Pia, the situation in Myanmar continues to remain very, very concerning. In fact, we are learning that many people are actually being treated in the open because buildings, including hospitals, are not safe.
These visuals you can see on your screens, hundreds of people are out on the hospital grounds in the General Hospital of Mandalay. They are being treated outside. You can see visuals. You can see some of the equipment also. These IV drips have been brought out over there. Stretchers have been brought out. Now, why they're concerned is primarily because of the aftershocks that are rocking Mandalay. The primary quake that had taken place 3 days ago was that of a 7.7 magnitude quake. But since then, there have been several aftershocks as high as 5.8 in magnitude on the Richter scale. Just yesterday itself, there was a 5.1 magnitude aftershock as well. So the locals are not very confident about the structures, about the buildings over there, including the hospital buildings. Yes, a lot of facilities inside have been destroyed as well, but whatever they can, they've tried shifting outside, including emergency systems, including IV drips, including essential commodities such as medicines. They can be slotted there as well. Several nurses and doctors are also now treating the patients outside. But of course, this all comes in the wake of these aftershocks that are now taking place because the plate over there is still very volatile. Tremors are still taking place and structures are still collapsing in these aftershocks that are taking place as well. Earlier, I remember that the rescue work was being hindered. There were a group of rescuers who once fled this area because an aftershock had caused a building a structure to collapse. So people and residents and patients are of course worried about the structure of the hospital as well. And so now everything has been brought outside on the ground, and it's not just the general people. We remember a lot of historical sites have been destroyed there as well. A lot of Buddhist pagodas have collapsed. So a lot of monks as well are present at the premises of the Mandalay General Hospital, especially in the ground outside.
More breaking news meanwhile coming in. The widespread destruction in Myanmar has displaced hundreds of people, with people's homes being destroyed. They can now be spotted sitting outside, shade from the heat by umbrellas and trees, surrounded by some of their belongings. Mandalay is sweltered in temperatures as high as 39 degrees Celsius. Concerns are also growing about a severe shortage of food, electricity and water. Pia Man continues to be with us on the broadcast. Pia, a shortage of amenities, including essentials, and the sweltering heat is complicating the situation in Mandalay?
Indeed, you've aptly pointed this out. Temperatures are continuing to soar. At the moment, 39 degrees Celsius is what is the reported temperature in Mandalay at the moment. You could see the sheer scale of destruction in these visuals. Complete houses have been collapsed, and because of this, hundreds of people have been displaced on the ground in Mandalay. Their homes have been destroyed. They've lost everything in this 7.7 earthquake. And meanwhile, as they are displaced and they don't really have anywhere to go, even as the aftershocks are taking place, they are now left to sit on the streets. Remember, it is 39 degrees Celsius, so a lot of them are carrying umbrellas with themselves. They're also, utilizing the shade of the trees. You can see these visuals on your screens. Remember, as you pointed out there earlier as well, Mandalay was just 17.2 kilometers away from the epicenter of the earthquake. It is the worst affected. There are 1.5 million people. So just imagine the sheer scale of destruction that has taken place over there. Some of the aid workers also conversing with the people over there. But they are trying to avoid structures. We just saw visuals of people being treated on a hospital ground. And now, of course, a lot of residents are out on the streets displaced. And the primary concern of the authorities over there is now, of course, rescuing people. So rehabilitation is something that is not really on top of the list at the moment.
More news, in fact, coming in this hour.